Hey everybody, it's Corey and Julie from SB Pace, and we are going to talk to you about competitive analysis and why it's important to your business, some common misconceptions, and why you need to do it in your business. And so just on the very high level, a competitive analysis is exactly what it is, what it sounds like. It's you understanding what your business is and how you compare against your competitors. And that's across a bunch of different areas. You can be as general or as specific as you want when it comes to those areas, but it's taking the key areas such as your branding, your online presence, your pricing, your products, your services, all of that stuff, and comparing it against what your competitors are doing, and then understanding just all of the areas where you are strong or you're weak and where you can improve.
Yep. And let's talk about why you need to do a competitive analysis. So a competitive analysis is really a it's a very easy way to figure out what your differentiator is against all of your competition. And Corey's going to tell us about the different types of competition in a second. But a competitive analysis helps you find that edge in your business and then use that to your advantage. That's why it's so important. It also builds awareness of what everyone else is doing and where you are strong against your competition and where you're weak and how you can take advantage of that and sort of fill in the gaps between your strengths and your weaknesses and work to improve your business.
And some of the common misconceptions that businesses have with, or business owners have with competitive analysis is that first of all, they don't think that they really need to do one. Especially a formal one. They understand what their business is, or they think they do, and that they probably have a good idea of what their competitors are doing, or they think they do. But actually writing it down, taking the time to write it down and to analyze it is just extremely important. And I did mention price earlier, but price really isn't that important when it comes to your competitive analysis. It is a factor that you need to consider, definitely, but it's not the number one thing, because that's the first thing everybody thinks about is I have product, I sell a certain product, my competitor sells a certain product. Therefore, we need to figure out how we can beat them on price. And that's just a terrible way to do business in general. And then speaking of your competitors, most people, when they think of doing a competitive analysis, they only think of those people who are their direct competitors. So if I sell window blinds, window treatments, I'm only going to consider people who also sell window treatments, whether it's, roller shades or, regular blinds or whatever. But there are different types of competitors out there. You've got your direct competitors, you've got indirect competitors, you've got nothing at all. That's something that people consider, is that maybe I can just live with no blinds on my windows. I'm just going to put up some trash bags or something like that. So those are competitors. What's that?
Hang a sheet.
Hang a sheet. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and those are the things that you need to consider, is that just because you sell a product that you think people need doesn't mean that they might actually want to buy it.
That's true. That is very true. So what are some triggers to know if you need to perform a competitive analysis? Well, for starters, the no differentiator, right? You don't know how you're different. So you've not taken the time to figure that out and figure out how you can sort of wedge your way into the market. You're internally focused. So if all you're doing is looking internally at your business and not considering the competition at all, it's probably time to do a competitive analysis. There's confusion or vagueness about what you sell. So if people don't understand, confused customers don't buy. So if there's any confusion or vagueness around that, you're not gonna have great sales. You don't have a niche, right? Or niche, big argument around that word, but you don't have a niche, and so you think everyone is your customer. And as Corey just explained, there's a lot of different types of competition, and honestly, not everyone is your customer, nor do you want them to be. You're doing a lot of marketing with no results. That's another trigger that it's time to do a competitive analysis. Or you are unaware of how to take advantage of your strengths and how to actually protect against your weaknesses. Those are some key signs. Corey, quick question. What are some categories beyond price that people typically look at when they're doing a competitive analysis, or that they should look at and consider?
So I kind of mentioned a few of those at the beginning here, but we want to talk about what the product actually is. So let's go back to the window treatments again. The sheet or the trash bag is a potential competitor there. So if you're going to do that, the product is something you need to consider. The online presence, your branding, your marketing, your customer service experience, and you can figure that type of stuff out by just simply picking up a phone and calling somebody, seeing how they engage online. Do they even have a website? their geographical, their boundaries, where they sell, all of those things. Like you need to consider not only the places where you compete in terms of selling, but where you compete in terms of service. So even if you're a product-based company, you still have some sort of service you provide, whether it's customer service, the follow-up, a community, online, social media, all of that stuff you need to consider.
Yeah, we always include social media as well, right? And then you just mentioned that, and that's a big one because you can take a look at what platforms or channels your competition is present on and what they're doing. Are they using video? Are they only using stills? Are they doing some flat lays? Like, what is their approach to social media? And can you differentiate yourself in there? So there's a lot of opportunity. And typically, when we're doing a competitive analysis, what we're including like 10 to 12 categories. Is that about right? Where we're
Yeah, that's
looking
about right.
across? Yeah. Okay. Well, listen, if you're interested in learning more about competitive analysis or having one performed, then connect with us. You can shoot us a message. You can on social media, you can drop us an email at info@sbpace.com, or you can book a call directly on our website, sbpace.com. Thanks.